Now, if I could dance really good, I would probably blow up. You know, if I had tattoos all over my body and, you know, I would probably, you know, somebody would find me interesting. There's just few of you that find me interesting. Because when we get on YouTube and we start this journey on YouTube, YouTube kind of plants that seed in us that we have got to get to 1,000 subscribers. Yes, you do, YouTube. Shame on you. And then they also say, oh, but you got to get your 4,000 watch hours before you be even considered for monetization. Yes, that's you, YouTube, okay? We get it. We get it. Like I said, you are a business and you got to make money. You got to make a living. And you don't want no good content creators on there that ain't making you any money. I get that. But it's different now. You know, there's nothing really decent to watch on TV. People want real life. People want to relate to real people. And that's why I try to share on my YouTube. This is as real as it gets, people. Yeah. I'm going to tell you. I'm 60 years old. I have ADHD. I have been divorced for many years. I live with my little dogs. It's not a perfect life, but it's a good life. And I just want to make people feel good. And I want women who are also in this same boat. Because when I got a divorce, 10 years ago, I was told I was going to fall flat on my face. Imagine that. I was going to fall flat on my face, and I wasn't going to make it on a $10 an hour job. I'm not going to tell you who told me that. But I bet you can take a guess. When things get tough for me, I think about that that sits in my brain. You're going to fall flat on your face. And you're not going to make it on a $10 an hour job. But you know what? I did make it on a $10 an hour job. I make a little bit more than that. Not a lot. But I've managed to make myself a life. Like I said, it's not a perfect life. It's not a great life. I don't travel. I'm not very interesting. I tell you, I have ADHD and I like to shop. That's where I find my happiness. Yeah. And that's just okay. That's okay. So, last night I had a little bit of soul searching and that little thing popped in my head. You're going to fall flat on your face. The thing that somebody told me many years ago when I ventured out on my own to find myself at almost 50 years old. And I want to tell you something. I always wanted to see the ocean. I wanted to see the ocean, and I begged that person the love of my life that I married and divorced, to take me to the ocean. And he never would take me to the ocean. I begged him, let's go to the ocean. No, we don't want to go to the ocean. You know what? When I was on my own and making $10 an hour, and I took myself to the ocean. Well, I went with my sister. But I went to the ocean. I went to the ocean by myself. No kids. My sister was with me. But I sat on that ocean and I could remember those thoughts in my head saying, you're going to fall flat on your face. You're not going to make it. And I remember looking out into that ocean and thinking, I made it. I could just sit there forever. I wouldn't have had it gone on. I'd just sit right there in front of that ocean. And there's a quote that sticks to my head, and I actually have this in my house. It's a picture of my daughter running into the ocean for the first time. She didn't get to see the ocean until she was an adult. And on that says, God's love is like the ocean. You see the beginning, but you never see the end. And so that hangs in my house. And it's a picture of my daughter, which makes it even better. And it's true. So after a little soul searching last night and pouting, and making that video about breaking up with YouTube. Okay, YouTube, I'll take you back for, you know, but there's going to be some conditions, okay? We're going to work on some things. And don't scare us like that. You know, don't threaten us. Don't tell us we're going to fall flat on our face if we don't get our 4,000 hours, okay? Which I know you didn't do that, but you just scared the flip out of a lot of us. A lot of us small creators, you scared the flip out of us. To the point that we were all get ready to give up. And last night I was in a group of other women, small creators, and you know, they were talking about pivoting, you know, and so one of my friends is in there, Allison's Life After 55, and Evie's Eden was in there, and hey, you know what? Life is okay, and we can fall flat on our face, and we can make $10 an hour, or $10 on YouTube. It doesn't matter. This brings me joy. I love posting on my YouTube. I love my YouTube fam. And I've met a lot of people, and I'm not going to let you down. I'm not going to fall flat on my face. I just did temporary yesterday. So, temporarily. YouTube, don't be this way. We're going to stick around. We're going to work on this relationship, me and you. But don't demand things from me. Like, don't demand me to have 8,000 watch hours. Don't tell me I'm not going to get nowhere unless I get 1,000 subscribers. I love all 900, and as of this moment, 988 of you. I love you all. And it brings me joy to think that there's 988 people that like me, that really, really like me. YouTube, I'm the boss of this relationship. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's rock this YouTube thing. The over 40, the over 50, the over 60, the ADHD girls, the ADHD boys, the shoppers, the resellers, the people who do art, like my friend Kathleen. Might be our last chapter, and the best is yet to be unwritten. So, here's my next chapter. Welcome to it.